Baku always delivers drama, but this year it may have just reshaped the title fight. One early crash flipped the championship on its head and Max Verstappen came roaring back. Here's what we learned from the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, the winners, the losers, and what it all means going forward. Let's start with the man of the weekend, Max Verstappen. From pole position, Max never looked under pressure. He led every single lap, set the fastest lap of the race, and crossed the line with a comfortable margin. This wasn't just a victory, it was dominance. And more importantly, it was a statement. After months of speculation about whether he'd lost his edge and whether Red Bull could still fight for the title, Verstappen answered all of that in one afternoon. With this win, he's back in the conversation for the championship. The gap is still there, but the momentum, it's finally swinging his way. Max said 7 rounds left, 69 points is a lot. Andrea Stella was asked if Max Verstappen was a threat for the title. He responded, a firm yes. Meanwhile, Oscar Piastri's championship charge took a brutal hit. The McLaren driver's race ended before it even began. A first lap incident sent him straight into the wall and straight out of the points. It was his first retirement of the season, and it couldn't have come at a worse time. For months, Piastri has built his title campaign on consistency. He was the guy who always scored, always kept himself in the mix. In Baku, all of that progress came undone in a matter of seconds. This was the moment for McLaren to stretch their advantage. Instead, they opened the door wide for Verstappen, and that door was sitting wide open for Lando Norris. With his teammate out, this was Norris's golden chance to stake his claim as McLaren's #1 and take control of the championship. But instead, it was a story of frustration. The lack of pace meant he only managed 7th place. When you're fighting for a world title, 7th just isn't good enough. This was the kind of race where champions rise to the occasion. Norris didn't, and he may look back at Baku as one of the biggest missed opportunities of his season. If Verstappen's win was expected, Carlos Sainz's podium wasn't. Yes, a Williams on the podium. Let that sink in. Sainz drove a flawless race, managed his tyres perfectly, and snatched 3rd place in one of the most unlikely but impressive performances of the season. For Williams, it's a breakthrough. This isn't a fluke safety car result, it's proof that their upgrades are working and that they can genuinely fight at the sharp end on merit. And for Sainz personally, it's vindication. He was replaced at Ferrari, but he's already achieved more in a Williams this year than Lewis Hamilton has managed in a Ferrari. Yes, Hamilton has shown flashes of speed, but he's still searching for consistency and for that breakthrough podium. Meanwhile, Sainz already has one, in a car nobody expected to be there. Behind the big names, there were more standout performances worth talking about. Liam Lawson delivered a career-best drive, showing the kind of calm, controlled racing that will only increase calls for him to land a permanent Red Bull seat. Yuki Tsunoda also impressed. This was one of his sharpest weekends in years, with aggressive overtakes and smart racecraft that put him right in the points conversation. For Red Bull's management, this creates both excitement and headaches. Verstappen may be back on form, but their next generation is knocking hard at the door and have to make a decision on who to drop next year. So, what did Baku teach us? That consistency matters. Piastri lost his, Norris couldn't find his. That opportunity is everything. Verstappen grabbed it with both hands and Sainz turned it into a podium fairy tale. And that the midfield isn't just background noise. Most importantly, the championship fight is no longer one-sided. McLaren had control. Now, it's slipping. Verstappen has momentum, Red Bull has belief, and the pressure is squarely on McLaren to respond. So the question is, can Max really pull off the comeback and take this championship? Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, hit subscribe.